How would you like more of your real estate leads to turn into transactions? If so, this is the video you're going to want to watch. I'm going to show you our Facebook ad strategy in 2020 for real estate agents and our top 3 tips for increasing your conversion rate. Take a look. Hey everyone, this is Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you're brand new to our channel, welcome. We're glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if you want more leads, appointments, and transactions, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. In today's video, we're going to be covering the top 3 tips for getting more of your leads to convert. Now, before we get into that, just one quick thing. Down in the description below, I'm going to put a link to our Facebook Masters class. This is a free 2-hour class that's going to show you the nuts and bolts, the ins and outs of the ads that we use to generate leads, what we're doing to turn those leads into appointments, and how our agents are getting more transactions out of that work. So if you want to see the entire strategy, go check out that masterclass, that link down below. It's totally free, 2 hours of your time well spent. Now, like I said, in today's video, we're talking about the top 3 tips to get more of your leads turning into transactions. So this is an area where a lot of people struggle, is they get leads from, we use Facebook a lot, but whatever source they're using to generate leads, and they get all these leads and they're just not going anywhere and not turning into transactions. So I wanted to share 3 of the top tips that will help you increase your conversion rate so that you are getting more out of your leads. So jumping right in, tip number 1 is you have to take a long-term approach. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Let me pull up an image here real quick, and then I'm just going to share my screen. Now, the point of this is that so many people make the mistake of thinking that I generate one lead, I'm going to run one ad, I'm going to have one touch point, I'm going to call them, and that's going to turn into one transaction. And so if that is your expectation and that is what you're thinking, then you need to hear this more than anybody, because frankly, that's just not realistic. When you're generating leads online, especially people that don't know who you are, as you can see here, the statistics show that the vast majority of them are going to be cold leads, people that don't know who you are, they're not interested, they're just looking, they have no intention of doing business with you, right? So for that part, to a large extent, we'll nurture and we'll stay in touch with those people, but to a large extent, it's not that important to us. The warm leads, you'll have, around 20% of those people be warm leads, where the warm leads are going to be people that say, well, I need to get my credit fixed, or I've got to wait a couple months for saving for a down payment, or we're waiting for our lease to be up, or whatever. So it's a better opportunity, but it's going to take a little bit of time. They're a little bit further out in your pipeline. And then a very small percentage of people would be what you would refer to as a hot lead, the people who are ready to do business right away. So the mistake that a lot of people make is they generate leads and they think that all the leads that they generate are going to be down here in the hot lead category. And frankly, that's just not realistic, right? There will be some, but they're going to be the exception rather than the rule. The rule is going to be nurture. You've got to keep in touch with these people, stay front and center. That's where you're going to find your greatest success and how you're going to increase your conversion rates. So to kind of paint a picture of this mistake, the mistake that I see a lot of people make is they generate these leads and they're like, Kevin, none of them want to go out and do business today. Well, that's going to be the norm, right? You've got to have a system and a process to take those leads, nurture them, and turn them into business. So with that being said, the analogy is it's kind of like, for my gentlemen out there, if you were to approach a lady at the store or on the street and ask her to marry you, right? If that's your first contact, you're probably not going to be successful very often if you ask that question, right? So that's really the equivalent of what people are trying to do online is they generate these leads. They think it should turn into a transaction right away. And like I said, frankly, that just isn't reality. So number one, if you want to increase your conversion rate, you've got to take a long-term approach and realize that the leads you generate today, they're probably not closing for 45, 60, 90, 120, 6 months, right? It's going to take you at least that many days or months to turn that into tangible business that you actually close. So if you have had a short-term expectation where you make one phone call and they don't respond and then you toss that lead away, I'm telling you, you are throwing money away because that's just not the nature of lead conversion. So that's mistake number one. And the tip of how to fix it is take a long-term approach, build a pipeline, and nurture is the name of the game. Okay. Tip number two is in order to generate or to turn more of these leads into business, it's all about adding value. So as you can see here, when we talk about adding value, it's all about this process over here. We want to be nurturing people. We do that by contacting them in different ways: texting, emailing, phone call, maybe using Messenger on Facebook if you're using things like ManyChat to generate leads. So we just want to have multiple ways of being able to stay in touch and contact people. And again, ultimately, our drive is to get them to know you, like you, and trust you. So in order to do that, one of the fastest ways, and this is tip number two, is to add value, right? Give them something valuable. Give them a reason to be interested in doing business with you. So like some examples of adding value would be things like this, where in addition to adding value, you're also building your credibility of saying, hey, we just helped these people. Here's what we were able to help them accomplish. We'd love to help you accomplish something similar, right? It establishes your credibility that you get good results. People like working with you. That's one way of adding value. Another way of adding value is offering information, right? People are looking for information. This is the information age. So with this being the information age, we just want to make sure that you are the source of information. You could offer tips, as you see here, about buying a home. Could be tips on selling a home, tips on how to navigate multiple offers. There's all kinds of information that you can do, but this kind of information just presents you in a light where people know, like, and trust you. So again, our second tip is if you want to generate more conversions, right, get your conversions increased, add value. It could be something unique that you offer, such as, we'll help you move, or we guarantee that we'll sell your home or we'll buy it, or whatever your promotion is, whatever it is that you do that makes you unique, offer that, promote it, add value. And you'll notice that if you add value, you add information, you show people that you're credible, that's where people will feel comfortable doing business with you. So that's tip number two, is make sure that you're adding value as part of your follow-up process. The third part is it's all about building relationships. So tip number three is you've got to approach lead conversion as building a relationship, right? So again, the truth in real estate is that in most cases, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So if you want to convert more leads, then the objective truly is to get people to know, like, and trust you. So one of the fastest ways that I have found for people to know, like, and trust you kind of goes back to what I was just showing you. This particular post right here is actually a video. And I love video to get people to know, like, and trust you because they get to see your face, they get to hear your voice, they get to know what you're all about, they get to understand your personality, and that goes a long, long way to getting people to know, like, and trust you, right? So the more you can put yourself out there, this is going to help you, right? The other thing is we like to use retargeting. So retargeting is a concept where we want to take the leads and the information that we're generating and put them basically into a funnel and use Facebook as a funnel and keep marketing to those people to build trust, right? Increase your awareness, get them interested in doing business with you, get to the point of making a decision, and ultimately they become a transaction, right? For some people, they go through this process very, very quickly. For other people, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of repetition. So the way that we achieve that on Facebook is by using custom audiences. We set up tracking mechanisms to track who's been opening the lead forms, who's been to the website, who's been watching videos, who's engaging. We can even take your contact list and upload that and include them. But what ends up happening is through this process, as we repeatedly market to them and they continue to see your information, that's how we're building trust and getting them to the point where they feel comfortable doing business with you. See, the truth about lead conversion is that a lot of people think that generating the lead is the hard part. My experience is the harder part is getting them to know, like, and trust you. So nurturing, adding value, building credibility, repetition of staying in front of them. These are really the key fundamental elements of how to increase your conversion rate. So hopefully this video just gave you a bunch of different ideas, different ways that you can be increasing your credibility and that know, like, and trust factor so that you're taking more of your leads and turning it into business. But those are the 3 best tips that I could ever give anybody about helping them increase their conversion rate, right? Take a long-term approach, right? Add value. And then it's that repetition factor of getting people to know, like, and trust you, right? That is really where the key to success happens. And if you take that approach, your conversion rates will go up significantly over time. So hopefully you found that information valuable. If so, take a split second, click that thumbs up down below, that thumbs up button down below. That helps us tremendously, and we appreciate your support. So, like I said, if you found value, help us in return, click that thumbs up button. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. We put out new videos and new strategies every single week, so make sure you click the subscribe button. Also, the little bell notification so that you're notified anytime that we put out new videos, which is a couple times a week. Also, I'm going to put up a couple of videos right here. You can go check those out. That way you have more tips and more strategies to grow your business. And then if you're interested in our services, the things that we do to help real estate agents grow their business, check out, I'll put a link down below in the description. You can go check that out, learn more about the services that we offer. So with that, that's everything for this week. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it in your real estate business. If we can help, let us know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.